In this video, we will talk about Rodney Thobejane's comments on Atazwane and Kaizer Chiefs management and fans. We're also going to talk about Darrel Matsheke's situation with Kaizer Chiefs. We need a CDM, and there he is, but there is an update that you might or might not actually like. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. And yes, another Kaizer Chiefs legend has spoken. And as many of them, when they speak, they usually say positive things about Zwane and Chiefs. And I know some people will start making arguments, which obviously they don't want to say negative things about the club because maybe they still want to be involved with the club and yada yada and yada yada. But I want you to listen to what he has to say. If you disagree with him, obviously, you can let me know in my comments and then we can just have a conversation about this whole situation. So, one of the things that he said is that Kaizer Chiefs needs to beef up the squad. And I think that's obviously like the sky is blue, the grass is green. Kaizer Chiefs needs a better squad. You look at our bench most of the time and then you almost get depressed with Aibo. If someone gets injured, who's actually going to come on and be a sub? We see with Utoli right now injured. Utoli Wayena was out of form, but still there's no one who can replace an out of form Toli. It tells you, Uguti, it's a problem. It's a real serious problem. Uguti, Chiefs does not have someone who can replace someone who's out of form. And now it makes sense why Osakota have been on the bench. Well, to me, it always made sense. I don't know to other people, but to me, it always made sense why Usakota wasn't playing. But now you can even see it's clear now that they've been given they are given opportunities, Beno Mashian, and they're bottling it. They are not utilizing those opportunities. He also added Uguti, when you compare Chiefs, he experienced Yabo comparing to Sundowns and Swallows, you can see Uguti, there is a huge gap between that. And I think with this thing, it depends on how you look at it. Because on one hand, you look at the Chiefs, you say, let's just name the starting 11. You have, who's this guy? You have Peterson, experienced keeper since Vets. You have right back, Frosla is still young, but very experienced. Kaizer Chiefs and playing at that level. Have Champions League. You have Vuhlanti, an experienced player, Bafana Bafana. Kunika was there, experienced player. You have Ungezana, he has played for Chiefs for a long time, very experienced. Dove, Cape Town City, the Mozambique national team plays there. Sitebe, Matt, experienced players. You have Utoli on the left, you have Utupri, also relatively experienced. So if you look at it, majority of the players that are Chiefs who are starters are experienced. But then if you look at the bench, that's where you start to worry because Loko Mahlatsi, O Matlo, O Duba, if you count Osaile as 21-year-olds ngempela, then okay Lepu. Yabo good vele the bench and everyone else outside, you can see with each experience is really lacking. And the problem is that, on top of the fact that the subs or the young stars are young, literally, the problem is that even the experienced players right now are actually not taking and lifting their weight. Cole was given an opportunity, he's been injured the whole time. Unange has been injured the whole time, but even when he's being played, it doesn't show anything. Okwinika and Kosiami, they're making mistakes left, right, and center, and now they're benched. So you see, Guti, it's like the experienced players who are supposed to be helping the inexperienced players are also actually hurting the team. So you see, Guti, it's like a problem, a combination that you it's painful to watch at a time. So I do hope Uguti with players who have played for a longer time, like about Ditloko, Msimango as well, coming to Chiefs with their leadership and knowing Uguti they are good vele, they can come in and actually help that because sometimes I've heard players talk about Abu Kernevel talking about how just one player who's coming in with good vibes and is good can actually help lift up the team. So maybe adding two more players who are experienced to the team can actually to tilt a balance towards the team that will be more balanced and experienced and also still having a mixture of young stars. And in that way, even the players who are experienced and are not lifting their weight, they can be taken out and then you bring on the players who are experienced who are coming in. I don't know how many times I've used the word experience in this video. Anyways, he also mentioned Uguti Chiefs struggle to recover when it comes to Ama counters. And you don't need to look further. Look at the game we lost against Sekukune. Just look at the game we lost against Swallows, it was a counter. Once again, it was a ball in a transition, actually, midfield. And it also speaks to the same thing, Yoguti. We need depth in our squad because we don't have a defensive midfielder who knows how to defend to protect our defense. And that is why Abantu they just run through our midfield counter, and then we have a problem because as much as you can have the ball 70% of the ball, if the other team gets just 2% of the ball and then they score, I know. Even if you have 98% and the team has 2% and they use that 2% to score and then you fail to score. The thing is, if you concede a goal, sometimes you just panic. Once again, this thing you're good, there's lack of confidence and then there's lack of quality. So lack of confidence plus lack of quality just equals disaster and failing to score goals in 60 minutes. And that's what's happening with the Chiefs right now. Uguti, they allow teams to score first and then they fail to recover from games because now Sebeya too good. Oh, we need to win, and stuff like that. So he urges abalandeli Chiefs fans ukuthi we need to be patient because we might just thank Uzwan and we might just thank the management for keeping Uzwan. And this makes me think about the fact that I think we'll address this on another video. Uguti, what is actually the beef with Kaizer Chiefs fans and Zwane? I know the answers, but some of the answers, Uti promised us good football. I want us to dissect that and look at that in another video because this will make this video way too longer than I want it to be. But for now, I just want to say please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and please like the video. Both those things help me to reach more people like you. And more, speaking of more people like you, I would like to give a special member shout out to Utemba Shezi. Shout out to you, Utemba. Everyone else, you can become a member by clicking on the link on the description below and you get these benefits on the left. Thank you so much for watching. Let's continue and talk about Darrel Matsheke. So he's one player that I looked at when we lost to Blom and thought, are we going to look at Matsheke perhaps and getting him back? It turns out the Chiefs are actually looking to move him on because last season he was out on loan. This season is out on loan. And the worst part is that he's not even playing at Swallows. Yabona, as much as I can try and advocate for development players to come back and play at Chiefs, I have a problem if a player cannot establish themselves at Swallows. Right? I'm not saying Swallows is a bad team. They did just beat the Chiefs. But yeah, they have been fighting relegation. They just got to top 8. They've been fighting relegation the entire season. So you're telling me, Uguti, the team that is at the level, Uguti players are fighting for relegation when you can't even play in the team, then it becomes a problem. So yes, each Chiefs should perhaps just say, go and find another place to play. Because how are you going to cope with the pressure at Chiefs if you are not coping with the pressure at Swallows? It's a problem. But let me know what you think about Darrel Matsheke and what Rodney Thobejane said about Kaizer Chiefs. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. And until next time, remember, equals al pelumo.